Hi. Did you know that most people who have accidents on the road are actually not aware of the rules?
And do you know what the average number of deaths each year? If not, let me show you. So today I will explain about death by land, water, and air vehicle. So let's get started.
So this is the average death rate throughout the year throughout land transport, air transport, and water transport.
We can see that fatalities throughout the year are very high. Like on land there are 19 million people who die throughout the year, while 20 to 50 million people are injured throughout the year due to accidents.
Then next is air transport, where the average fatality rate in 2024 is one fatal flight accident worldwide, resulting in 251 deaths. And for injuries it cannot be stated accurately because it is most likely that plane accidents have also caused very serious injuries to passengers.
So let's go to the last one. The last one is water transport, where the average death toll is 236,000 people die from drowning every year. But for injuries, I can't get some global info about injuries from water transport.
So let's go to the next page. So the next thing is the total number of deaths following land, air and water vehicle. We can see that deaths on land are very high involving vehicles, motorcycle and truck, which is around 1.3 million throughout the year from worldwide sources who.
The next is air vehicles deaths. So here we can see that the annual majority of deaths due to air vehicle is around 3,000 deaths, where most of them die because airplane and helicopters have damage or problems during takeoff, resulting in accidents.
The last is water vehicle deaths, the majority of which are around 24,000 deaths each year worldwide. Most of the victims are water accident involving boats and drowning.
So let's go to the next page.
So this is an illustration of where accidents can easily happen because of carrying more than limit shown, where accidents can easily happen if you violate the rules set.
This is illustration of how a train accident can happen quickly without you realizing it.
Let's go to the next page. So those are tips for safety when on the road or train. We can see in the first tips that we need to follow the speed limit had been set on the road. Then we are also not allowed to use the phone while driving because this is very dangerous and can cause accident. The next is that we are not allowed to play in the area of the railway track because it is very dangerous and can cause death. Besides that, look both ways because the train may come from any direction. Lastly is always be mindful and alert for accidents. Don't forget to share these tips with your friends or family.
Let's see a picture of a plane crash happening.
This is an illustration of where the plane may crash due to weather or aircraft damage.
Alright, we'll move on to the tips on the plane.
So these are tips and guidelines for everyone boarding an airplane. The first is to follow the cabin crew instruction and safety briefing. The second is to make sure you wear your airplane seat belt. The third and fourth are to never open the emergency door without any instructions and check the nearest emergency exit in case of an emergency. Fifth and sixth are to make sure you keep your valuables safe and avoid unauthorized electronic devices near you. Lastly, don't forget to follow the crew's instructions and comply with the actions given if anything happens to the plane.
So let's go the last page. So here are some tips to avoid incidents. First is, you need to check you healthy before boarding, especially if chronic. Second is, You should avoid excessive alcohol consumption. If taking necessary medication, you should carry medical documents. Third is, get plenty of ovoid pressure before boarding the plane, and inform the crew if you fell unwell. Inform the crew if you cannot be contacted or see any ongoing distress. Thank you all for watching my video from beginning to end. Hopefully my explanation will be beneficial to all individual and communities out there. See you next time. Bye.